Welcome to Hollywood. In this video, we are going to dive into the surprising lives of 17 rich and famous Hollywood actors who live like they're poor. Yes, you heard that right. These stars have millions in the bank, but you'd never know it from their lifestyles. From driving old cars and shopping at thrift stores to living in modest homes and avoiding the glitz and glam of celebrity life, these actors prove that not every star is about the spotlight. 1. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is worth over $380 million, yet he's been spotted riding the subway, eating alone at park benches, and living a surprisingly modest life. He famously gave away most of his Matrix earnings to the film crew and special effects team. He doesn't own a mansion, drives an old motorcycle, and wears simple clothes. He values experiences over possessions, which is rare in Hollywood. 2. Jennifer Lawrence. With a net worth of over $160 million, Jennifer Lawrence could buy anything she wants, but she doesn't. For years, she lived in the same modest apartment she had before hitting it big. Even after starring in The Hunger Games, she still drove a Volkswagen and once said she doesn't understand how people spend so much money on dumb stuff. 3. Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood made millions from The Lord of the Rings, but you wouldn't know it by his lifestyle. He lives in a relatively small house, wears thrifted clothes, and once said he doesn't like spending money unless absolutely necessary. He's more focused on indie projects and voice acting than blockbuster paychecks. 4. Sarah Jessica Parker. You'd think Sex and the City's fashion icon would be dripping in designer labels in real life, but Sarah Jessica Parker is surprisingly frugal. She raised her kids without designer clothes and often rewears outfits to public events. She grew up poor and still keeps a close eye on spending despite her success. 5. Dave Grohl. Okay, not a Hollywood actor, but this Foo Fighters frontman and former Nirvana drummer has acted in films and cameos, and he lives very modestly. Dave Grohl once said he lives off the money he made in Nirvana and saves the rest. He drives practical cars, avoids fancy restaurants, and is known as one of the most down-to-earth celebrities in music or movies. 6. Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell is a vocal fan of budgeting and saving. She's been open about using coupons, shopping at Target, and even getting her wedding dress for $142. Despite her fame from The Good Place and Frozen, Kristen once said she hates spending money on flashy things and prefers staying grounded. 7. Leonardo DiCaprio. You might be surprised to see DiCaprio on this list, but while he enjoys a yacht trip here and there, he's incredibly conscious about consumption. He flies commercial when he can, drives eco-friendly cars like the Toyota Prius, and lives in a relatively modest home for someone worth over $260 million. His main splurge: environmental activism. 8. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Buffy the Vampire Slayer star Sarah Michelle Gellar is known for clipping coupons and bargain shopping. She has admitted that she rarely spends money without thinking twice, even on things like coffee. She runs a small food startup and focuses on a simple life with her husband, Freddie Prinze Jr. 9. Mark Ruffalo. The Hulk doesn't go smashing through his finances. Mark Ruffalo lives quietly with his family in upstate New York and avoids the Hollywood lifestyle. He doesn't flash wealth or chase luxury, and he's been known to take roles based on message rather than paycheck. He lives modestly despite being part of the multi-billion-dollar Marvel franchise. 10. Zoe Deschanel. Zoe Deschanel once revealed in court documents during a divorce that she spends only a small fraction of her income and keeps most of it in savings. She's careful with her money, prefers cozy homes to mansions, and even budgets for everything down to toiletries. Her quirky on-screen persona carries over into a practical real-life mindset. 11. Toby Maguire. Toby Maguire. best known as the original Spider-Man, lives a surprisingly low-key life. He's avoided the usual Hollywood drama, lives simply, and has said in interviews that he doesn't believe in flaunting wealth. He's a big saver and a smart investor, rather than a flashy spender. 12. Renee Zellweger. The Bridget Jones's Diary actress has millions to her name, but she often disappears from the public eye and lives an extremely modest life. She's said that acting pays the bills, but it's not her life's purpose. She's not into extravagant clothes, vacations, or parties and prefers simplicity over status. 13. Mick Foley. While technically more of a wrestler and actor, Mick Foley deserves a mention. Known for his roles in TV shows and his work in the wrestling world, he lives extremely frugally. He's written multiple books about financial responsibility and has admitted to driving cheap rental cars and staying at budget motels even while touring. 14. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd, aka Ant-Man, is one of the most humble actors in Hollywood. He lives in the same house he's had for years and is often seen in everyday situations, like buying his own groceries or taking his kids to school. Despite Marvel paychecks, he doesn't flaunt it and prefers to keep a simple, grounded lifestyle. 15. Dax Shepard. Dax Shepard, Kristen Bell's husband, is another celebrity who avoids excess. He drives used cars, wears budget-friendly clothes, and has admitted he gets more satisfaction from saving than spending. He once said his goal wasn't to be rich, but to be free from debt. 16. Terry Hatcher. Best known for her roles on Desperate Housewives and Lois and Clark, Terry Hatcher made headlines when she revealed she once lived in her van during tough times, even after her acting career. She's always been frugal, avoids luxury, and still cooks most of her meals herself. She believes in living within her means, no matter how big the paycheck. 17. Shailene Woodley. Shailene Woodley is all about minimalism. She lives out of a carry-on suitcase, eats only whole foods, and often travels without owning a home. She's lived in cabins and even on friends' couches between shoots. Her commitment to an eco-conscious, low-consumption lifestyle makes her one of Hollywood's most frugal stars. So there you have it, 17 Hollywood actors who live like they're poor, despite their massive paychecks and red carpet fame. In a world of excess, these stars remind us that money doesn't have to change your values. Which of these celebrities surprised you the most? Is there someone you think should have made the list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a peek behind the curtain of Hollywood's biggest secrets. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video right here on Hollywood.